And you turn the corner, Grog, and you see Vax holding the still body of Scanlan just dangling out of his arms.
No. No. No! Fix him! Fix him! Will somebody do something?
What you just witnessed is from a tabletop game you may have heard a lot of recently called Dungeons & Dragons. This specific clip is from Campaign 1, Episode 83 of the insanely popular Twitch channel
Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
The cast consists of a menagerie of extremely talented actors such as Ashley Johnson.
So this is for the tomboys and the misfits and the weirdos and the outcasts and the ones who didn't really fit in. You can sit at my table.
Liam O'Brien.
This is how bacon is supposed to be. The fries, they blend so perfectly. The cheese up in there is going ham. Damn. Damn. Damn.
Laura Bailey.
What sort of commotion?
Beetle wants to tell you, but Beetle starts hitting her head against the wall.
Taliesin Jaffe.
Does this say plowboy?
Plowboys.
Plowboys?
Plowboys.
Yeah. Taliesin and I are starting a band called Plowboys. See us at the Troubadour in a couple months.
Emmy Award-winning Sam Riegel. Marisha Ray.
Oh, you got the Necronomicon. That's cool. Anyway.
Travis Wellingham.
And I'll take my wooden chisel! Are there any restraints on Santa?
Yeah, he's tied down.
I stab him in the chest!
And the lovely, omnipotent Dungeon Master, Matthew Mercer.
Welcome for all the newcomers, and not normally dressed this insane, and we'll be revealing the rest of our cast here in just a moment.
But more than just masters of their craft in voice acting, they're also addicts to this intoxicating world of storytelling that is completely unique to Dungeons & Dragons.
It was awesome. It was fucking awesome, okay? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna blow the compression on the microphone. It was fucking awesome. And every fear that I had, that I would want more of it, that I would become addicted to it in one session. I want more. I want more. And I'm not the only one.
In an extensive interview series titled Between the Sheets, hosted by the completely normal-scented Brian W. Foster, Matthew Mercer explains tightly woven bonds created through the power of this medium.
And over time, I just fell in love with each of them. Like maybe they went from being these strangers that I hoped to provide a good time for to becoming my family. Like we became so close, and I'm so thankful for all the time that we got to build up in this and have our Mimosa Sundays playing in Lord Travis's house or rushing everyone over to our tiny apartment again to play, and just watching all the pretenses of industry and business fall away. And in this space, we were just a bunch of doofy people making things up, rolling dice, and just enjoying a good, 6-8 hour weekend day together before going back to the rest of our responsibilities. Like, once you forge those friendships and once people begin to grow invested in that story, everyone has that moment where they go, wow, this is not just something I enjoy, but this moment is having a profound effect on me.
On me, right.
And I'm going to carry this moment with me probably for the rest of my life. And I don't get that in many other mediums. Voiceover I do to an extent. I enjoy games, and I enjoy people who get to play through these stories and these narratives and can, tell you like, thank you for this character. But in role-playing games, that is such a visceral, primal experience of being able to gift to somebody this story and letting them take it and run with it and see where it goes. It's one thing as an artist to create art and set it down and go, that is art I made. But where the real magic happens is when people perceive the art and then pull from that their interpretation. That little interaction between the creation and the perceiver of that art, that is the real magic. And in role-playing games, it's that moment of me going, this is a thing that I've built for you guys. Take it and do what you will.
Right.
This tabletop game is a vessel by which the players and audience alike experience an emotional weight more intense and far more personal than any other current media ever could achieve. This is illustrated by the numbers via the Critical Role Kickstarter campaign that made headlines for breaking over $1 million in its first hour and nearly $10 million at the time of this recording. This passion for seeing an animated version of the story arcs told in Critical Role's first campaign is undeniable. However, it isn't for the reason you might initially think. Most people would assume that the pure spectacle of seeing the epic battles waged by our heroes in animation is the reason for this outpouring of support. However, this isn't necessarily the case. For the same reason why people hail HBO's Game of Thrones as the greatest show on television, people want nothing but to support this deeply personal story about a group of interesting characters that just so happen to fight these epic battles. The investment comes not from the slaying of dragons, but from the implications of what should happen if our heroes fail. The conflicting ideals on how the party should go about this task.
Leave no trace.
No, I'm taking
Put
this.
it back or
I'm
I'll...
taking this. Isn't worth my time. I'm taking this.
We're either a team or you're working for yourselves. Decide.
And how the end result will ultimately affect the rest of the narrative. Unlike TV, film, or books where the viewer is gifted a story in its completion and has no say in its outcome, the way Dungeons & Dragons is structured, the players and the Dungeon Master work in tandem when crafting the overall story. Video games, especially RPGs like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, allow for the player to have some sway in the outcome, but ultimately everything is pre-planned. D&D is the very definition of the yes and mantra of improv. The Dungeon Master explains the setting, what the players have at their disposal, and who the players interact with. However, the DM then asks the player,
What would you like to do?
This question is limitless. At no point will the DM say, you're not allowed to go here, or you can't talk to that person yet. The story is completely open-ended, and thus, whatever decisions the player makes, the DM has to improvise and build the rest of the story around those actions. It's very clear that the players at the table are portraying characters and are acting, but because you are jumping so deeply into another person's shoes, the emotions portrayed by the players are often genuine. Joyous celebration,
It's person.
seething anger and sorrow,
But you've never done anything for me. Ever. You've never risked anything. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. What's my mother's name? What's her name? Easy question. Died in front of me. Killed by a goblin. Biggest part of my life. What's her name?
instant regret.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Yes.
At the last minute, I'm gonna go and turn into a goldfish.
As you turn into a goldfish,
Oh
no.
rocketing towards the base of the water,
no! Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're gods.
you took 363 points of damage.
You are lying.
No.
That's instant death.
No, she's dead.
You jumped from
She was a
1,000
goldfish?
feet in the air. Totally logical.
I'm
gonna write it.
You can't even see the water or rocks, but you're like, yep.
I'm a golden god.
You watch this kid,
No.
and just like, it's a scatter of red mess, and you just see her floating in the water.
And genuine sadness and guilt.
The hand stay on?
No, don't worry about
Hand
it.
stays on, yeah. Okay. Cool. That's just my round.
This game provides the player with the rare opportunity to live out their fantasies not only through heroic deeds, but also through self-confidence that they may not have. It provides a cathartic release of tension and emotions that are much harder to do elsewhere. It creates unbreakable bonds and beautiful stories that you don't tell in the third person, but in the first person. It wasn't Tybalt the Noble and his compatriots who stormed the castle and defeated the orcs that held the king and his daughter captive. It was you and your nerdy-ass friends. You'll remember every close call and every clever escape of that encounter as something that happened to you.
Respond better if you say good day and if you have your head.
If we say bidet,
Good day. Good day.
bidet.
So very close. The two guards closest to you within their helmets, their eyes narrow and they look at each other and shake their heads.
Oh, bidet, bidet.
Each episode of Critical Role comes in at roughly 3 to 4 hours in length, with 115 episodes total in Campaign 1. A large time investment to be sure, but this time spent isn't the cause of the captivation with the story and its characters. It's the result. The critters don't spend hours watching Critical Role, Talks Machina, Between the Sheets, creating elaborate cosplays, and crafting deeply researched fan theories just because we spent this much time already, might as well keep going. It's because we simply cannot get enough of these characters, and more importantly, we cannot get enough of these nerdy-ass voice actors. The community that is sprouted out of this collaborative storytelling is nothing short of lightning in a bottle. Critical Role, its cast and crew, its following, and its medium, Dungeons & Dragons, have left one hell of a mark on history. And let me tell you, every aspect of this is spreading like wildfire. If you are to take anything from this video, it is this. 1. Give Dungeons & Dragons a shot. Get together 3 to 5 friends, shoot the shit, roll some dice, and don't be afraid to explore the role-playing aspect of the game. It's a rare opportunity to play pretend like we were kids, with all of the knowledge and intricate emotions of adults. 2. Watch Critical Role if you haven't. This video contains spoilers for Campaign 1, however, there is a whole other campaign airing right now. You can binge watch the campaign so far on their YouTube channel, or watch it as it airs on Thursday nights, 7 PM PST on Twitch. If you don't know what to expect from playing or even watching the game, and you're overwhelmed, I understand. But don't take my word for it. Take Sam Riegel, for example.
Here's the thing, guys. I've never played D&D, I don't know how to do it, and frankly, I'm frightened.
This is the same man that eventually was left weeping over not being able to save his friend's character in the final battle by the end of the very same campaign over 115 games and 3.5 years later.
Sorry,
Fuck.
What?
Hand stay on?
No, don't worry about it.
Can't say the moment of panic in a fresh god's eyes.
Seriously, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. There are so many gems and moments from not only the campaign I included in this video, but also from the currently airing campaign that are just absolutely astounding. I'm kind of new to this video essay format, so if you enjoyed this or would like to see me do more of this content, please let me know. I'd be willing to use this format for like movie reviews or game reviews or just any kind of topic that I feel like I have a point to make on, really, any strong opinion I have. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and is it Thursday yet?
Can you answer the call? Digging deep in your soul as the legend unfolds. Now it's your turn to
Do you know how to spell your name? Okay, it's very easy. You have 4 letters in your name.
How many?
But there are 2 of the same letter.
How
so
many?
you really only have 3 letters in your name.
But I'm not so hot on the numbers.
Okay, well,